The NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the all-time leading passer in Vanderbilt history, the veteran quarterback. It's Jay Cutler.
And while it probably hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Jay Cutler throughout his career because he's had a lot of different coaches and offensive coordinators, it also has made him extremely adaptable. There's not anything he hasn't seen or done on offense in the NFL.
Now a play fake here on first down. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. Give him 22 on that one. Now, speaking of Jeffrey, he made some news after the season when he made the declaration, and I'm quoting here, "I guarantee you we'll win the Super Bowl next year," unquote.
Doesn't have quite the same ring as when we heard it before the Jets-Colts Super Bowl. But at the same time, I think a lot of people around the Chicago area probably will appreciate that. Confidence in the team, confidence in the organization. Someone wants to put himself on the line. Alshon Jeffrey looking for a bounce-back season in 2017. Didn't get to the 1,000 mark the last two.
This is Howard on second down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They lost 4 there, and it's third down.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
They'll run here. This is Kadeem Carey. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. This is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Rodgers. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. He's going to take another shot here. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. Their dangerous wide receiver, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away. Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always
Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Cutler leaves for Howard on the draw, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Nowadays, many defensive lines are coached to play the run on their way to the quarterback, and that's exactly what they did.
And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. Here's Cutler. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver, and it brings up 4th down.
And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled, and while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Back near the goal line, here's Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Here's Rodgers. Finding time. And Rodgers is going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. And you don't want to pin this all on the quarterback, even when the pressure's coming. Not easy for them, but that's just something you can't do, is take that sack in the end zone.
No, you can't. But for all defensive line coaches, they're celebrating everywhere. Because what do they tell us in our meetings? It's all about the get-off, beating the offensive line at the snap of the football.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking.
They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Throwing now, Cutler on 1st down. He finds his target, Royal. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's Cutler. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And Jeffrey's got it. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get 28 yards on that one. And it'll be a Chicago 1st down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Wow, I can't help it. When I see Jay Cutler throw the football and throw one like that with a big completion, I can't help but be impressed.
His arm strength, such an asset.
It really is, because it gets him in trouble sometimes, but I think it gets him out of trouble more often than that.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Now Cutler to throw on 2nd down. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Cutler to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Connor Barth now for the Bears field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Barth puts it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Set to return, this is Jeff Janis. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Bears defense now back onto the field. They were part of a 5-point swing last time they got the safety. Then that led to a field goal.
And not just the points, but just think about the feel of the game. I mean, how many games have we done where you've seen a safety scored and everything changes from that point on? The momentum switches. That team feels real good about itself, and I believe that's what we're seeing right now.
So the safety last time, we'll see what they do here.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Rodgers going to throw. He's going to go up top again. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this thing down deep into Chicago territory. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really play. Now, everything here, we're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Fresh set of down. Here.
Two times.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jared Cook as time expires in the first half. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish. And Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. Now it's Janis. Oh, he shifts past him. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now the Packers get set to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done...
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Second down now after the incompletion.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down. Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And now it's fourth down. On fourth down, Cutler goes off, and on comes the kicker, Connor Barth, for the field goal try. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And Barth puts it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be a Green Bay first down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're talking just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it.
Randall Cobb on the breakaway. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, 73 yards, and the Packers add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Rodgers will throw for it, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to be set up in excellent field position up past the 45.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Howard. And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On first down, Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Back now at Soldier Field. It's football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll put two receivers left, two to the right. Rodgers will try again on second down. He's going to let it go again. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
He's going to try and go deep again. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities.
And how about this, a fake? But he will not make the first down marker, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And a good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores, they have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays, that will be the key to this drive.
Now Cutler. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Fourth quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
Be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
They'll run it now out of the gun. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Rodgers looking to throw. This is caught with a catch right side. And he's brought down after a good gain. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Rodgers now on first down. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Their big-bodied receiver. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago. Cameron Meredith 64 yards. And the Bears cut into that lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Oh, did the Bears get it? They did. Chicago football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. Surveying the field. Caught right side is Jeffrey. He got 29 yards that time.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
He completes it right side of White, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Cutler. Oh, it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Throwing again, it's Cutler. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down in bounds, trying to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really?
That he is.
How about that? What about young Davis? And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Oh, did the Bears get it? They did. Chicago football. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
His throw caught. What about the foul? Touchdown, Chicago. Cameron Meredith in the final minute. And the Bears are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game.
And now we've got a tie game after that touchdown. And you and I both know what that means. Extra point in this situation, this little time left, takes on some extra emphasis, doesn't it?
It does indeed. Now inside the final minute, can they get it and hold on? This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He's back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
Certainly some contact there, and that's why there's a penalty on the defender for pass interference.
So hard to time it up for a defender to hit the receiver.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their... They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. One back is Lacy. Back to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10.